Welcome to Tarot with Shannon. In today's reading, I'm going to look at what is blocking you. And we're going to see how we can unblock you. And so I have anointed this and the candle and myself with wealth oil. That's what I had on hand, but I have the intention of it being to bring us abundance, to bring us openness, so that we can be unblocked and we can bring towards us what we desire. All right, so before you have 3 different groups to choose from. I'm going to add a color to each. These are like a cute little bowl that I got here. And so I'll add a color to each of these. Maybe that helps you pick. So we have red, the first one. This is Smarties. You know, it's almost Halloween, so why not? We're going to do yellow for the middle and green for the third. And one for me. Okay, so take a moment to gaze upon the piles and see which one draws you in. And maybe more than one pile draws you in, that's fine. As I head down into the description, you'll find the timestamps for each of the different groups. All right, I will see you at your reading. Hello, group 1, and welcome to your reading. So in today's reading, we're going to look at what is blocking you. So, yummy Smartie. I'm going to put that back. And I'm going to do something a little different. So I'm going to look at both of these. These are like emotions and how we're feeling, like keywords almost. And then the tarot to go with it. So let's compare the decks. So my intention with this reading is for you to get an idea of what is blocking you from achieving your goals, or just if you're feeling stuck. So I chose the Hangman because it's that feeling like we can't move ahead and we feel stuck. Okay, so in this reading, I'm going to take a look at what's causing you to be stuck. If there's something that's blocking you, and how to work. I did this reading for myself the other day, and it was so helpful, and I really loved it. So I thought it was a great one to add onto the YouTube channel. Okay, so we'll get that one in a minute. We just wanted to shuffle out the old energy of that deck. It's one of my new decks, and I love it. It's called Infinite Door. Really cool. All right, so we're going to take a look at this one first. I'm going to do about 4, I think, or 5, we'll see, of these to see what's blocking. Each one will be a particular block. Okay. I kind of love this sound when they all shuffle down, but I tend to slam them down a little bit. Hope it's not too loud. Okay. Let's take a look. The first card, the first block we have for group 1. Group 1. All right, so the first card, envy. I'm the same as everyone, but with different challenges. Okay, I'm gonna grab the tarot next to go with this particular card. So the tarot will help us to understand more about it and how to unblock it. Okay. Are you suffering from comparison syndrome? You know, when you compare yourself to others and you measure your success, your progress through other people. So yeah, 7 of Cups flipped over. 7 of Cups is that energy of where we have a lot of options. Not everything is good for us. And it's a reminder that just because somebody else is doing something that we want doesn't mean that that's right for us. Okay, so let's see where what tarot wants to say here. Okay, we have 2 of Swords. Okay. And this one as well. It's 2. Okay, we're going to take a look at these first. I think this is I love it when tarot is this clear and gives us a good understanding of what's going on here. And that is like you have to let go of all old ideas that you have about things. It's kind of blocking you. And it has to do around, so we have envy. It has to do with you're comparing yourself to the progress of others. So there's people around you, or not even people you know necessarily. It could just be, let's say you started, I don't know, let's say, like, take me for an example, okay? This YouTube channel, right? I could go crazy comparing myself to other YouTube channels that are, doing better than mine. Instead, I focus on this, and I've just decided that whoever reads these messages, that's who it's meant for, and I allow it to be. And for you, it's just simply saying, like, your indecision and your inability to move forward is because you are comparing yourself so much to others and how they're doing it. And you really need to go inside yourself. That is so important, that you are inside your own heart, in your own mind. You can see in this card, she's the universe, like this hand here, with the stars on it. It represents like the universe, basically covering her eyes and saying, go inside yourself. You know the answers, right? And then we have death. Death is all about transformation, and in that we have to let go of the things that no longer serve us, the things that aren't there for us anymore. They're gone. We can't cling to things that are dead, essentially. And so there's some old way of thinking or believing here that is having you feel like you can't make a decision to move forward because you don't really know what to do. With this is a beautiful Seven of Pentacles. I love this Seven of Pentacles because it's just showing how ripe things are, how close you are, that you're closer than you think you are. And right now, I really get the sense here. Okay. I really get the sense here that you're going through a major transformation and you need to honor that. And by comparing yourself to others, you're not going to be able to progress forward. You're progressing forward at your own pace. And now is a good time to look and see how far you've actually come. So Seven of Pentacles is when we pause to look at our harvest, thinking about what are we going to do with this, So I feel like you've already made a lot of progress, but you aren't seeing it as a lot of progress because you're comparing yourself to the progress of others instead of looking at how far you've come. You look back at and see your own progress and see how many people have, struggled that you can't see it. When we look at others, we don't see all the struggle and hardships that they went through to get where they are. You're just seeing the results. And so it's important to remember that, you're on a journey here and you're going through a massive transformation. And this is a time that you need to reflect. So it's a very important reflection time where you need to go inward and you need to see what's right for you, because you are going through a major change. So you will feel it too. There's a lot of things in your life that are probably falling away right now that are making you sad. And there might be even certain things that you've lost. So maybe you thought you were doing something you really wanted to do, but either it didn't turn out that way or everything was going wrong with it and it's just not there anymore. And it's probably making you feeling some grief. So grief, the death card always comes with grief. It never not comes with grief. But that grief can be transmuted over into now wisdom, learning from your experience and applying it now to your future. Because the Seven of Pentacles is a great card to show up here. It's basically saying, you're a lot further along than you think you are. And, you need to give yourself a little credit here. And the worst thing you can do is compare yourself to other people because they're not you and they're not on your journey. So, you have different, so it says, I am the same as everybody, but with different challenges. Like I was saying before, you don't see what other people went through. You have your own challenges. Your own challenges are for your own growth. And when we go through the death card, it's often can be a dark night of the soul when we're being forced into a state of grief and longing because we're having to let go of the way we thought things were supposed to be. And during that time, it is really hard to see a way forward because you're still grieving what's gone. But with Seven of Pentacles here, it's saying, you are further than you think you are. Like, you're actually pretty close here. Now it's just a matter of making a good decision. There's a good decision that needs to be made. And that good decision, it will come when you look inside yourself rather than seeing what other people are doing. So if you are, whatever it is that you're trying to do, it could be anything, right? It could be if you're looking for a relationship and you're seeing all your friends with their new husbands or wives or what partners or whoever, and they're happy, and maybe you're thinking, well, I'll never, I can't seem to get there, and I'll never be like that, right? Failure. Okay. That's what I was just talking about, wasn't it? Feeling like you failed when you haven't failed. It's very clear with the Seven of Pentacles here that you have not failed. You're simply going through a massive change, right? So you want to honor that change. You want to honor that big transformation you're going through right now. I get the sense too, like it's going to be better than you think it is. I feel like you're caught up in seeing how far other people have gone, and you feel like a failure. Like envying other people is making you feel like a failure, even though you're not. And it says failure. I understand that a mistake is only an opportunity to learn. So, we learn from our mistakes. Every failure is there was a great quote about that somewhere. And I can't remember what it said, but it was something to the effect that a failure is the greatest thing that can happen to you when you're trying to achieve something, because you're learning what not to do now. It's how you gain experience points. It's how you level up. It's like a good thing, and it may not feel like it, but it's actually a good thing because you're learning, okay? So let's take a look at the tarot and see here. Three again. Okay. I was only really going to take one, but you guys need three. So we have Six of Cups. The Hermit. And the Devil. Where I can see here, especially with the Two of Pentacles, the Two of Swords, and the Six of Cups underneath it, is sort of being stuck in the past. So I feel like you're kind of stuck in the past and the way things were, and you're kind of thinking about these failures and how you're not as far as you think you are. You have the Devil here. The Devil is just the trappings of the ego. It's when we're really stuck in our head. It's when we're obsessed with something. It's all about obsession. And so it's often an unhealthy obsession. And then we come here with the Hermit, especially under death. The Hermit is when it's introspection. It's going inside yourself to really give your meditation, to honor that quiet time, to really go inside. That's really what this whole reading is talking about here with your blocks, is that with envy and failure, and with death, the Hermit, and Devil, because these are the major arcana cards that I'm focusing on here. It's telling me that you're going through a major transition where you're having to let go of things that you thought you needed or wanted, but were not right for you. And the Hermit is that time where we can really adjust ourselves, when we can really see clearly ahead. So that's what you need to do here to get out of the Two of Swords, is really to just think about where you've been and how far you've come, and to really honor your journey here and honor yourself, and let go of this desire you have to just achieve it all right now, because you're close, but you're not there yet. There's more you need to learn, and that's okay. And to honor that about yourself, and to honor your own personal journey, and don't allow other people's journeys to get in the way of you and what you are achieving, or to stop you, if you know what I mean. Like, because it can really hold us in our tracks. We can get into freeze mode if we're too focused in on what other people are doing, that we can't see the forest for the trees, because we're just so stuck on our own path. I'm going to move these because I want to pull out a couple more. So I'm going to remember what these were. But you have envy and failure. So I really do sense here that your major blocks are coming from your comparing yourself to other people, how far they've come, and you feeling like you haven't come far enough. When the cards are like, no, you're almost there. Like, you're actually a lot further along than you think you are. You're just going through a massive transition right now. You're being prepared for something pretty big, right? Seven of Pentacles here is telling me, like, there's fruit ripe for the picking, you know, but you can't see it because you're obsessed with something you don't have or haven't achieved, rather than what's right there in front of you. Okay, so two more just flipped over when I was shuffling. We have perseverance and purpose. Okay, again, that was just what I was saying. I just love tarot for that reason. It does that all the time. But perseverance, it says, I know that I can do whatever I set my mind to. And then we have purpose. I know what I'm here to do. So it's kind of telling me here that, you know, the failures you've had is because those things weren't meant to be. That wasn't your path. That wasn't what you were supposed to be doing. That wasn't the direction you were supposed to be going in. And, you know, perseverance with envy, it's like, don't give up. Just because other people are further along than you, that's not a reason to give up. Persevere, push through, you know, you'll get there on your own time and in your own way. Okay, so let's take a look at tarot now. Let's look at perseverance first. I'm kind of shuffling off camera just because it's very crowded on this table, but let me see. Okay. No. I can tell when it needs to be shuffled more. Let's go shuffle a little bit more. All right. I don't normally take the ones that flip down, but I kind of have a feeling these are for you. Page of Pentacles, yes, of course it is. And Queen of Wands, of course. Yes, those are the perfect cards. Okay. So what it's saying here is, you know, with Page of Pentacles is when we're kind of in that, we're still new to something. It's like you're farther along than you think you are, but you're still kind of new. Like it's new energy. It's patience, and Pentacles too is about having patience with where you're at right now. You're not there yet, but you're getting there. And you've started. Like, don't give up. You've already started. It's like there's something you've already started. That's the Page of Pentacles energies. When something you've already started and you put something into motion, and it's developing, right? And we have the Queen of Wands here, which is confidence. It's like believing in yourself. Have confidence in who you are. You're fabulous. Queen of Wands is a fabulous queen. She knows who she is. She doesn't doubt who she is. She loves who she is. She isn't afraid to express who she is. And that's what you need to do. You know, you need to stand in your own right and love yourself for who you are. And don't be afraid to show up in your own way as you are, not the way others. You know, you're not to compare yourself to others, because that's just not going to work. You know, they're them. They have their own journey, their own things. You're you. I remember when I was I started a business a while ago, and I remember like feeling really bad because I had a toddler at home, and I just never had time. Like, I never had time to do it. And then I saw this other woman who had like 4 kids, you know, and she had 4 kids, a full-time corporate job, and she started this entire business, and she made millions of dollars. And so, you know, those can be encouraging, but they can also be discouraging, because it's like, well, I can't even do it. Just one child. How does she do it? It's like, well, she had different resources than me. She had a lot of resources. She came from more wealth than I did. So she had nannies and she had help. Like, you know, so it's like you can't compare yourself to others, because it's not fair to do that to yourself. You know, your journey is yours. Okay, so we have purpose. Look at that. Oh, God. What did I say how much I love tarot? Okay. We have 8 of Pentacles and 8 of Pentacles and Ace of Pentacles. It's like your purpose is something that is it's like a new offer that's coming to you, and it's something you've been working on. So there's something coming. Grab it, grab that purpose. You know what to do. You've been working on something, and you have the skills and talent to do it too. And this reading is really reinforcing that you have like more knowledge and experience than you're giving yourself credit for here. And maybe you already know that, and it's still bothering you that you're not far enough along. But perseverance here is just like, don't give up. You have the skills, and you're still mastering yourself here. Ace of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles. You know, there's something that you've started. There's something you started, and it's a good thing. And tarot here is like encouraging you to keep going, because it's good. It's working in your favor here. You've been given an offer, and if you do get an offer, purpose, that it's aligning to your purpose, go for it, because it's part of your work. It's part of your life's work. Okay, and you know what that is. You should know what that is. And it should have to do with something here with you persevering with something you've already started. Okay, so there might be a new offer coming in that might offer you a different direction, and it's saying to take it, even though it might not be what you thought it was supposed to be. So this is where meditation and you going back into the Hermit is really going to be important for you. And Two of Swords, like being able to make good decisions, is very important right now. And that's going to come from you letting go of needing to compare yourself to others and how far they've come along, and you know, obsessing over your failures, because your failures are a chance to learn that you've grown, and embrace it. Okay, so we're going to have part with another oracle card message here for you. All right, I'll take those. Okay, we have, your energy is valuable. Protect it well. Protectress, strength, boundaries. My glasses. Amulet. Okay, some of you might actually be getting envy from others too. There might be some of that as well. Or maybe you're worried about jealousy. So, amulets. You know, wearing like this ring was worn by my mother, by my grandmother. This, both of these I put in here, which is my kind of my altar where I keep things and I protect them. This was something that I got from a friend. It was, you know, blessed by a Buddhist monk. This is a bracelet my grandmother wore. All of that I use as amulets. Like I wear them to protect myself with their energy. And so I think that would be really useful for you right now, is if you have things that are meaningful to you, to put them in something like this, which is an altar or a sacred space, so that you give it energy and you give it power. Okay, and then wear it to protect yourself. Next, Flower Child. I hope that over everyone else, you learn to make yourself proud. See, Flower Child, momentum, creativity, action. Don't worry about what other people are doing. Make yourself proud. Okay? You don't need the approval of others, and you certainly don't need to compare yourself to others, because they're on their own journey, and you should be proud of yourself for how far you've come. Okay? Finally, magic mushroom. Stay open to the beautiful and good things. Miracles, fairy energy opening up. All right. I'm going to say that every time I see this card, it's very much for me about potentially using magic mushrooms, if that aligns with you, if that's something that you are willing to do. If not, forget it. But basically, that can help you open your mind. I feel like you need to open your mind here. I think you're closed off because you've been so trapped in comparing yourself to other people. And, you know, all the things that you weren't able to do, that it's making it hard. Like the past is kind of tainting your future progress, because you're unable to move forward you're feeling stuck in your failures. You're feeling stuck in thinking that you aren't good enough, and thinking that you can't do what other people can do, and thinking that you're just not going to make it. But that's not true. And it's like you need to open your mind. And there's actually another way too. Like there's something really creative. I feel like there's something different. That comes back to that Ace of Pentacles we were looking at. I feel like there's a new opportunity available to you, but you really have to open your mind to see it. So really get into meditation right now and get into your body and protect yourself, and protect your space, and protect yourself too by cutting off social media or anything that might trigger you and make you feel all obsessed. We want to get rid of those triggers, and we want to focus on ourselves, because you're doing really well. You really are. You've come a long way. Pat yourself on the back. Even though you don't feel like it, the universe is here saying, yeah, girl. Yeah, boy. Yeah, you have come a long way. And so, yeah, there's a need for you to open your mind. And sometimes psilocybin, those kinds of things can help if that's what you are okay with and you want to do. If not, just simply getting into nature and nature, I feel strongly here. Like getting into nature, getting into your body and grounding yourself and really meditating. You're going to open up your... I just got The Artist Way. Some of you might need to read that, because it'll help to unblock you if you're feeling creative blocks, or you're blocked in your ideas and not on how to move forward. That's a really good book. That's a really good book to help you unblock. All right. Thank you so much for joining me, Group 1. Do subscribe to my channel. I'd love to have you back. Share this with other people if you think it might help them. And leave a comment. I'd love to know what you thought and if this aligned. All right. Thank you so much for joining me. Bye. Hello, Group 2, and welcome to your reading. Eat your Smartie. So in today's reading, we're going to look at what your blocks are. And first I'm going to take a look at this deck, as it's going to give us the block. And then we're going to use the tarot to give more information and to see how you can unblock. Okay? So first, let's start with seeing what your blocks are. Staying in Group 2, I like the sound. Like one of my favorite sounds is when it's, all the cards kind of falling together on the table. But I forget my microphone is right there. And it might, if I do it too hard like that, it might be too loud. So I apologize if it's too hard. Okay. Group 2, let's see. What's blocking you? What's blocking you? Let's see how we can unblock you. Let's see. I did this reading for myself recently, and I just loved it so much that I thought it would make a really good video for the YouTube channel. Okay. Because I find it really accurate. Okay, so what's blocking you? Guilt. Oh dear. I release any beliefs that no longer assist in my soul's growth. What are you feeling guilty about? What are you feeling guilty about? Did you do something? Let's see. What is it that you feel guilty about? That card is really drawing me in because it's swirling like you're swirling inward. That spiraling inward feeling when you're racked with guilt about something. Let's see. Car accident came to my head. Did some of you, be like one or two of you, maybe had a car accident and you're feeling really guilty? Oh, my heart. Yeah. I can feel sadness there. Ouch. Okay. All right, let's see the tarot. 5 of Cups. Okay. Oh, I want to wrap you in a hug. I feel it. Wow, I really feel like the energy of sadness and this grief in this group. I wonder if grief is going to come up. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to grab a couple more cards here. Those. Oh, yeah. Okay. Ace of Cups. One more. Oh, look, the Hanged One came right back out. Okay. So the guilt feeling is going to come from, as it's a group reading, there's going to be different reasons why you're feeling guilty. Some of you, maybe you had a car accident, maybe it was your fault. I get a falling out. Some of you had maybe lost a relationship and maybe it was your fault. It's something that you did somehow and you feel it's your fault. And so with the Five of Cups here, the beautiful thing about the Five of Cups is that it's an energy where we are so focused in on what we've lost that we forget that we actually have two cups behind us that are full. So not all is lost here, it's saying. Not all is lost. You might be feeling like, woe is me, all is lost. I feel so guilty. I did this thing and now we can really spiral. And I feel like you're spiraling right now in guilt. And you're having a hard time moving forward because you feel so much guilt about something. And here we have like the Ace of Cups going into the Hanged One. This Ace of Cups, you can see it splashing. It's about like, Five of Cups, right? Two full. Those cups, just give yourself love. Drink from the other two cups that you have. You still have a lot in your life. There's still a lot going for you. And Ace of Cups is about giving that to yourself. And see that there's so much love around you. And there's more coming your way. It's not over here. Nothing is over here. It's just, there's a sense of needing to forgive. And then the Hanged One is when you really need to see it from a different perspective. Like you're not seeing things right, is what I get. You might be feeling guilty, but it's not all is lost here. It's actually quite a bit. It's still, that you still have, that you're not seeing, because you really need to kind of switch your perspective. That's what I get here. I think you're beating yourself up for something too much. And you kind of need to see that it's not as bad as you think it is. Okay. Let's see what else wants to come out here. I know how I can be, especially if you're very sensitive and you cause harm to somebody or in any way, shape, or form, you just sit there and racked with guilt about it. And you go down, 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 down into the spiraling of the depths of this. And I think you're seeing it wrong, though. You're not seeing it from the right perspective. And I meant, if it's about somebody else, if you talk to them, maybe their perspective would help. You see a different perspective, like maybe you're seeing it wrong. And, talking about it, if you're unable to do that, you could talk to somebody else. But I get the sense here that you're not seeing it right. That you're focused too much on the wrong things. When you have so much love and you're bursting with it, actually. If you just kind of get past the guilt, if you move on, they're saying you have to move on somehow, because it's like you have to switch your perspective. It's not as bad as you think is really what the message here is. Okay, so there's two. Let's take a look. Humor. I choose to focus on the lighter side of life. Yeah, that's what I sense. Your block is because you're so focused on something that you're just not seeing. You're not seeing it the right way. And it's almost like you need to laugh about it a little bit. Now, I don't know what happened here. Like if you were in a massive car accident and someone died, I mean, I don't think you should laugh about that, of course. And I don't think that's going to be like one or two of you, okay? But I don't get the sense if it's anything that dramatic, because the Five of Cups is not that dramatic of a card. This is more of matters of the heart. It's more like you feel like you've lost something. And it's disappointment, and it's like realizing that it's not as bad as you think it is. There's still a lot here, and pick yourself up, dust yourself off, see it from a different perspective, have some humor about it, laugh at yourself, We all make mistakes. I get a sense you made a mistake, and you just like, you need to like let it go a little and see that there's just so much around you. Like, yeah. So I'm going to push these cards over a little because we're going to add this one as well, and another one. Acceptance. I am learning to accept the things that I cannot change. Oh, see, you're beating yourself up for something that you just need to kind of let it go. Kind of laugh at yourself a little here. You know. Oops. Sorry, make two of cups fell on the floor. Maybe there's something happened with a relationship, and you know, you're feeling really guilty about it. It's like, accept it. It's just move on and see it a different way. You kind of need to see things in a different way. And one of those things is to have humor about it. Right? You just kind of got to laugh it off a little here. I have dark humor, so I'm really good at laughing at things I probably shouldn't. But that relieves tension. And it helps you kind of deal with life's crap. You know, we all make mistakes. We all do things, okay? If you made a mistake and you're feeling racked with guilt about it, this reading is saying it's not as bad as you think it is. Lighten up, have a laugh, accept what happened, and it's time to move on. But let's see the tarot for acceptance and humor. Okay, first we'll do humor. Ten of Swords. I don't know if this is acceptance or humor. So, because I was looking at acceptance when I pulled it. Well, okay. Queen of Cups. And Four of Pentacles. So there's a sense of like, there's two Ten of Swords in this deck. One is the traditional Ten of Swords, and this one is more about the wisdom. So this is like humor. It's like you're not seeing the Hanged Man here, and the humor of it is like, see, he's kind of smiling, looking at the owl, knowing like it's a good inside joke kind of a thing, but you learned from it. There's wisdom that you gained here. And it's not all is lost. It's like the Ten of Swords is also the end. It's like you're moving on now, right? And so it's kind of just have a laugh. Might also be just go out and go see a comedy show or something and have a laugh. This Four of Pentacles, like you need to kind of let go. You're holding on rigidly too tightly here. Let it go. Yeah, and the Queen of Cups too. It's like, give yourself some love. We go up to the Ace of Cups. Give yourself some love. You know, you're a good person. Queen of Cups is a good person. You're a good person. You made a mistake. Let it go. You know, I really get this sense of needing to tell you that you're a good person, and you can let it go now. See the Four of Pentacles. He's clinging, but the way to let it go would be just through humor, or laughing about it, or going out with friends and laughing, or you know, watching something really funny, using humor to kind of shake yourself out of this guilt spiral that you're in. Okay, let's look at acceptance. Let's look at acceptance for the tarot. Okay. There's Two of Cups again. Okay. Nine of Cups. So Ace of Cups, I had, when I pulled that card, I got the sense of like, there's so much more, and Five of Cups too, there's so much more here that you're not seeing. And there's like good, loving friends and people around you. And Two of Cups too is also love we can carry for ourselves. It's about loving ourselves. I really get a strong sense of loving yourself. We have Nine of Cups. Is seeing like your wishes are all coming true. Everything you want is coming to you. but you're unable to accept it because you're still feeling guilty about something. Maybe, okay, so for some of you, it could be maybe your last relationship ended. Maybe you had an affair with them, or maybe you said or did something that made them leave. They weren't happy with, and they decided they were going to leave. Whatever, doesn't matter. Whatever the reason why your relationship ended, you feel guilty about it. You're blaming yourself. And this is saying, like, learn to accept the things you can't change, because there's love here. There's real love here wants to come in. Something your heart's desire wants to come in, but you won't be able to see it or accept it if you're feeling too guilty about what happened before. You'll feel like you don't deserve it. You know, if you feel so guilty about a past relationship, then you're going to shove away new relationships because you feel like you don't deserve it, or you might screw it up again or something, right? But we get back to shift your perspective. There's just a different way you need to look at this. And part of that is going to just be through humor and lightening up. Okay, we have loneliness. This is a relationship for sure. Okay. I know I am never alone. I think you're feeling really lonely. I think you feel a lot of guilt about it. I think something happened. Two of Cups and Nine of Cups is like your wish is coming true the moment you accept that, you know, that whatever happened, and move on. And some of you, like, you're going to meet people in new experiences and things in a way that you don't even expect. Like, it's going to happen in a way that you're just not, it's just going to come to you suddenly. And that's going to be when you have finally accepted that this just happened. You can't change it. You're going to lighten up about it and shift your perspective and see it different. See, you have a lot of love in your life. There's lots to go on. It's over now. It's over. You can let it go. Right? Oh, okay. Sorry, I was shuffling in my hand because it's crowded here. These two flipped over. So we have the Fool and Ace of Wands, which is very much mirroring like this. It's sort of like the Fool. There's something new that wants to come in. You're on a new journey. See it as something new and exciting that can come in. So that shifting of perspective, right? Like, there's something new and exciting, but you have to kind of let go of what happened here, of this guilt you feel. Guilt doesn't do anything but keep us stuck. So forgive and move on. Because, you know, really good things are coming here. You're not alone, and you're not going to be alone for long. If you've been looking for a relationship, there's something new coming. With the Ace of Wands is potential spark here of something like rising, a phoenix rising from the ashes there. And the Fool, you know, she's on her journey. There's something new. You're on a new path. You're on a new journey. And it's right, the Ace, the 1, and the 0. These are solo journeys that you're on right now. So you're not alone, but you're starting something new, and you'll get there. Once you accept, you know, that whatever is gone, and look at the things you still do have and see it in a different way, and let go of the sadness around it, and start to kind of laugh it off in a different, you know, have that kind of sense of humor, and learn to laugh again, because I don't think you've been laughing at all for a while. That's when you're really going to find yourself on this new path and this new journey that's going to be really remarkable. You're onto something new that's going to be life-changing here. Like, you're going to get what you want. You are. Believe it. Okay. Oops. No. We have to keep going. The shuffling. So go here. And I sense that you really want to find somebody to love and love you back. You'll get that. You will. It's coming. Okay. So we're going to use those cards. Oh, there's a lot here. Okay. It's okay to forget. And then remember. All over again. The Voyager. Return home lessons, realizations. So yeah, it's like, it's kind of telling you it's okay if you to think about it. It's okay to, you know, to remember things. It's also okay to forget who you are and to remember who you are. We go through these cycles. We all go through this in our lives, what you're going through. We all make mistakes. We all feel guilty. We can all get stuck in that guilt. We all think that we're going to be alone forever. Nothing new is going to happen here. I mean, yeah, nothing new is coming your way. And it's like this card is a reminder that you're always on this journey. And sometimes we revisit the same place over and over again to remind ourselves that we're on this journey, and that you're always growing and expanding. You don't need it all figured out. The gifted guide, stars, chaos, opportunity. It's like over, and it's time to let it go, because there's a new opportunity that wants to come in. It's like you don't need it anymore. And see how it's like the mushroom, and it's funny, right? It's humor. I feel like you need to lighten up. I really sense that you just need to lighten up here. Like you're heavy in the guilt. It's weighing you down. And humor will help to kind of lessen that heaviness. Oh, I don't break that easy. Not anymore. Instead, I use the things as fuel. The Alchemist. Empowerment, pain, sorceress. I saw the magician on the back earlier too for this, telling me like you can manifest whatever you want and you can bring in whatever you want. You don't break that easily. You will overcome this, and you know, you're going to learn from this, and it's going to empower you with the Ace of Wands here. It's like that empowered feeling. You're getting your life back, okay? It's going to especially happen when you release the block of guilt and allow yourself to feel that light energy again. Okay. It's okay. I don't know what I'm doing either. Sweet oblivion, uncertainty, fate, humor. See, there's humor again. None of us really know where we're going and what we're doing. We're all kind of stumbling through this. And this is just a reminder that so are you. And you made mistakes. We all make mistakes. We all like have moments where we're like, oopsies. Oh, didn't mean to do that. And then we can get really lost in it. And this thing, you know, come back out of that, come back into yourself and really see that you are unbreakable and you are a force to be reckoned with. And you will dust yourself off. You will see that it wasn't as bad as you think it is. And you're going to learn from this mistake, and you're going to move on and find the things you really want and what you're aligned with, because it is coming to you, I promise. All right. Thank you so much for joining me, group 2. I hope this helped you. Do leave a comment. I'd love to know if this helped, and subscribe to my channel because I want to have you back. It all helps. Support me as a creator. So do like, subscribe, and comment. Thank you so much for joining me. Bye. Hello, group 3. So you have chosen the Unveiled Tarot for your reading today, and this Smartie, which I'll eat now. And we have the Hangman who's going back. I'm going to look at what's blocking you. So we're going to see what it is that's blocking you. And we're going to look at the tarot to see how to unblock you. Move through your shadows, okay? Like, this is the kind of reading you want to do this time of year, which is near Halloween. Going into the dark season. This is a time of going inside ourselves and seeing how the year went, making plans for what to manifest once it gets into the light season again. So I'm going to use this deck to kind of see what the blocks are. Use about 4 of these cards, but I'm going to start with one at a time. So let's see, group 3. What is blocking you, group 3? What is blocking you? Okay, we have blame. I accept responsibility for my well-being. Okay. Blame. Blame. Are you blaming yourself or someone else? Let's see. Like, some of you are blaming yourself for something, and some of you are blaming someone else. But let's see. Might be in victim mode here, is what I get the sense. King of Wands. Look at how the King of Wands is almost pointing to the card blame. The King of Wands is a very powerful leader. He's, you know, he's the leader of fire. So Aries, Sagittarius, Leo. He's very creative and visionary. He's the visionary. It's like you're blaming something or someone else for your block. Let's see. Okay. And now we have the Queen of Swords. It's people. Okay, so I'm thinking it's, yeah, it must be other people then. Could be parents, because we have the King and the Queen. And Five of Cups. Loss. Now you look, the King of Wands is going over to blame here. The Queen of Swords is over here to Five of Cups. So, ooh, we have Ten of Swords on the back. You're blaming somebody else, I think, here. You're feeling... I get the sense of ruin here. Like something got ruined. Or you sense something, or you feel that something got ruined. You lost something that you were trying to get. Some of you could be a relationship. Some of you it's career. Some of it might be a home. Something. It doesn't matter what it is, but like you're blaming somebody else. Now it could be parents, like I said before. It doesn't matter who you're blaming. It could be a society in general, or just something outside yourself. Instead of looking inward. Now some of you it is blaming yourself too, but it's a sense of blame in general. It's putting yourself in kind of a victim mode. And the Queen of Swords here, looking at Five of Cups, it's Queen of Swords is about really, you know, she's been through a lot. She's been through the sword suite. That is not an easy suite to get through. And she's come out very wise. She has boundaries. And she knows how to speak her mind. I'm not afraid to speak her mind either. And so this is about you learning to stand up for yourself in situations where maybe somebody tried to override you, overrule you, walk on your boundaries. And instead of seeing what happened as like, I kind of allowed them to do that, I think you're kind of blaming them for doing it. It's not that they should do that, don't get me wrong. When people mistreat you, it is their fault. However, I sense here that you're kind of not seeing it clearly enough because you're stuck in the loss of it and of the pointing fingers. You, it's you, and you, it's you. It's the other kind of like, but she's kind of not pointing. She's like, listen. And him, he's pointing to blame. King of Wands. I said there's a lot of, like, I feel like you have support here. Either you have support or they do behind what happened. And here it's kind of blocking you now because it's like you need to be very thoughtful now in how you respond moving forward to whatever situation it was where you feel loss. Now again, the Five of Cups came out in the first reading too. The good thing about the Five of Cups is that it's still there. There's still 2 cups left. And in this, there's still part of the statue left. You still have something to build on here. It's not all lost. And it's important for you to see that. It's not all lost. Oh, the candle went out. Right when I said that, and woof, smoke, the candle went out. But this one is still lit. Do you see? There's still something there to work with. It's not all lost. And it's a matter of kind of, you have the vision to do things. And you have the mind for it too. You're smart. You're smarter than you think you are. And you have more leadership abilities in you than you think you do. But we hinder those when we start blaming and pointing our fingers elsewhere instead of taking responsibility for our own input or our own actions that can lead to that as well. So, you know, they said some like kind of nasty things to me, but I didn't tell them that it hurt my feelings or that, they shouldn't talk to me that way. I kind of, just let it go. And I was afraid to stand up for myself because I was afraid of the repercussions of that. There's all kinds of reasons. And I'm not saying they're necessarily bad reasons. I mean, I don't know what it is here. It's blame. And I'm not talking about serious things. I just want to be very clear. This isn't serious stuff. What I'm talking about is the day-to-day things that we can run into with other people when they step on our boundaries. But part of that is because we let them, right? So it's allowing or accepting that. You have your own responsibility for how other people treat you as well. I hope that came out right. The last thing I want to do is any kind of victim blaming here, and I want to be really careful about how I'm trying to say it. But what I'm trying to say here is you are kind of putting yourself in victim mode, and you need to get out of the victim mindset. And part of that is by setting up boundaries for yourself, seeing that not all is lost. There's still a lot to work with here, and you're really smart. You're a visionary, and you're a good leader, and you know what to do. You really do. You take charge of the situation. Okay. Growth. I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. So by blaming others and by not, taking responsibility for our own contributions, we can inhibit growth. You grow when you see, okay, I, should have maybe said something sooner, and I didn't have boundaries. I let these people walk all over my boundaries. I've learned now. That won't happen again. Now I've learned. I learned from this experience, and that's not going to happen to me again because I'm not going to let it. Because right? And it can hurt when these things happen, and I get it. And you just kind of want to blame somebody else because you don't want to take the responsibility for it because it sucks. I know, I get it. But at the same time, it helps you grow and expand. And then you're not allowing other people to do the same thing again, or they allowing the same situation to occur again. So let's see more about growth. Justice. Ten of Cups. Two of Swords. There's a strategic decision that needs to be made here, and it has to do with this situation. Now, justice is fairness. And so it's seeing how, it's seeing both sides of things and understanding the middle ground and seeing where, you have boundaries. You have justice here as a protest, right? I have boundaries. And here, it almost looks like it's the King of Swords again. Is like blame, but now instead, this King of Swords of saying, look at this. It's like the Justice King with his crown here, saying, sort of like, let's work together and make sure this doesn't happen again. So it's about not letting it happen again. And we have 10 of Cups here, and you can see they're happy, beautiful family. The 10 of Cups is the best card in the deck for happy joy feeling. In the back it's ruined. If you can see, like, behind this colored square behind it is like a ruin, and it's seeing that things are not, again, they're not as bad as you think they are. And once you're able to kind of shift out of this victim mindset into boundaries, into growth, into knowing how to move forward, into justice, where things are work out, fair outcome, then you really be able to see which direction to go. It's like a strategy. A strategy is needed here. But again, clear, decisive thinking is going to come when you get out of the blame game. Okay. And kind of see where you contribute and how you can have boundaries, better boundaries moving forward. Okay, so let's take a look at A couple more cards here for... I feel anger in this group too, and frustration. I can sense it. You're angry and you're frustrated, and I get it. And you want justice, and you're gonna get it. Like, that's what it's telling me here is too, is you're gonna get it. And it's really gonna come though when you let lost the word. When you release the need to blame others and not take accountability. That's what I'm looking for. Accountability. Okay. Courage. I find the inner strength to face fear with confidence. Yeah. I'm going to grab one more to get all four out. I feel like you really just need to set boundaries. And that's really what this is coming down to. When you have boundaries and you say no and you learn to speak your truth, you need to speak your truth. Okay? You need to speak your truth. Instead of blaming the other speaker, stand up. You need to stand up and shout no. This is, okay, so, okay, we're getting there. Let's see. One more. We have worry. Okay. I am learning that worry doesn't change the outcome. Okay. This is telling me a lot here. It's saying that you're very worried about standing up for yourself. Oops, sorry. Remove the camera. You're worried about standing up for yourself. You feel like you lack the courage to do it. And it has a lot to do with the fact that I think you're a bit afraid and intimidated maybe by the situation or the people involved. Because you feel like when you get stuck in that kind of victim mentality, you can get really stuck there. And that gives the other person more power. The situation or the person a lot more power. Whereas you need to come into yourself, be brave and courageous to look in somebody in the eye and say, no, you can't say that to me. You can't do that to me. You know, I won't do that. I'm not being fairly compensated. You know, it's like, you're not paying me enough for this. You have to have the courage to stand up for yourself and, you know, get past the worry of the outcome of it all. Because it'll be what it'll be, but I feel like you're gonna have justice here, and you'll have the growth. You're gonna feel so good about yourself. Okay, you're gonna feel really good once you learn to stand up for yourself instead of just pointing fingers and blaming and just saying, no, I'm responsible for this and I'm gonna make it right. That's what I said. So I feel like you need to make it right. Okay, let's see. Courage. Have Queen of Cups. I love the Queen of Cups because she's so nurturing and loving and she's down to earth. You know, she doesn't get caught up in things. Like, she's sitting on the porch with her drink feet and like she knows how to like keep herself calm. Four of Cups. And see how her feet and she's seeing her cups, and this is like her head is just barely above water. I really do get the sense of you feeling like you've been railroaded by somebody or something, a situation, and you don't know how to get yourself out of it. You don't know how to say no to something because you feel like it's something you're supposed to do. If you see like she's a businesswoman, why everybody's going the same things, but she feels like she's drowning. It's like she's doing something she doesn't really want to be doing. It's not the thing she really wants to do. She's doing it to make other people happy. And instead of just blaming others and saying, well, it's because my parents made me go into this profession, or my family pressured me, or society pressured me, or I didn't say no and I ended up in the situation I want to, whatever. You say, well, I did choose it. I did say yes. You know, I could have done something else, but I chose this. And now it's like having the courage to stand up for yourself, find justice in the situation, and find your own joy. Okay. Knight of Cups. Give yourself a little love. And you see how he's on this odd cycle? It's like, it's kind of like be Be different. Do something cool. Do something different. Just shake yourself out of this a little bit. Don't be afraid to be your little quirky self. You know? I think some of you are a little worried about that too. Maybe somebody bullied you or something. But I sense here that you really need to stand up for yourself. And just be who you are and be proud of it. Okay. Two of Wands. It came back. We have Two of Swords here too. It's about a choice. So it's about the choice you need to make. Choose yourself. You need to choose yourself. You need to choose which direction you want to go in. Are you going to go in the direction that other people expect of you? Or are you going to go in your own direction? That's kind of how I sense here. And instead of like blaming other people, take responsibility. It's like, okay, now whatever this happened, it is what it is. Now I need to decide how I'm going to move forward. What direction am I going to go in? Follow your heart is really where I really, really strongly sense in this reading. You really need to follow your heart, your joy, your bliss. That's your compass. That will guide you to where you need to go, and be brave enough to go after it. Okay. All right. Give to the mind and it gives back. Inspiration mood cycle. Yeah, I kind of get a sense too, like you might go through moments where you just feel like, woe is me. Why does everybody treat me this way? Why can't I ever get the things other people get? Why? You know, this is not, you know, it's always bad things happen to me. Blah, blah. There's like a cycle of that kind of thinking. And this is saying like, how you think matters, and you need to shift your mindset onto progress, justice, and courage, and going after the things that you really want. The spirit of the tree. If you're in need of a lesson, there is wisdom in the trees. Nurture, priestess, inner peace. I really sense some of you really need to get in touch with your ancestors here, with your higher self, with more spiritual practices and prayer or meditation, if that's what you prefer. And this will help you really connect with gratitude. There's a sense of gratitude that needs to come in here, because that's really going to help shift your mind. You want a growth mindset. We're in a blame, we're in a victim mindset, and we can't grow from there. Where you need to shift now is a growth mindset. And that's going to come from you really doing the work to be more in tune with your higher self, your high priestess. Sitting by water and meditating and just hearing the sounds of nature around you and just reveling in it. I really sense that that would be good for you too, to help calm your mind and help you get out of that, help you to see how everything is just so complicated and different and unique, and how it's just intricate. Everything is so intricate, and you're just one little intricate piece, but you're so powerful, and you can do whatever you want to do. Be brave enough to grab it. Okay, next. One more here. Flower child. Momentum, creativity, action. I hope that over everyone else, you learn to make yourself proud. Yeah. That's like, you know, you need to kind of just worry about yourself. Don't think about what other people expect or do or say. It's time for you to really step into your own joy here. And I think your block here truly is a victim mindset that's kind of closing you off from growth. And you need the courage to overcome your sense of fear that what you want is never going to come, or that you don't know where to go, that you don't know what to do. You feel lost. I feel like you're directionless a little bit. I get a sense of some direction, lack of direction, because maybe a lot of things have gone on and you're kind of blaming this person or that situation or this thing, instead of saying, okay, well, how can I move forward? How can I fix this? What direction do I need to go in? Because so having that kind of mindset rather than woe is me, you know? And that's kind of how I feel is the gist of this entire reading. And I hope that this reading finds you well, Group 3. I think you're very beautiful. I think you have a lot of, I can feel you in this reading, and I think you're very quirky, cool people. You have your own uniqueness, and embrace it, embrace who you are. All right. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope to see you again. Please do subscribe to my channel and leave a comment. I'd love to know what you thought. And share this reading with others if you think that they might find it useful too. All right. Thank you so much for joining me. Bye now.